From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
The scattered showers and thunderstorms that we were dealing with across mid-Michigan earlier this afternoon continuing to race off to the east. That leaves us not only with dry conditions, but still we have a fair amount of sunshine across the area this evening. Temperature-wise, still incredibly warm and humid, 86 degrees right now, our current temperature in St. John's and Ionia. We're at 83 right now here in Lansing and Mason, 80 for our current temperature over in Jackson. We'll stay dry as we go throughout the overnight hours. Temperatures dropping down into the mid-60s. We have some cooler temperatures in the forecast for tomorrow, but it will come along with some lower humidity. 6 News at 5:30 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5:30.
Right now at 5:30, an early morning industrial fire in Detroit was finally brought under control. Plus, when his daughter fell into the ocean, a dad did not hesitate to save her. And a unique soccer match just happened in China, and it could be a look at the future. Those stories and a lot more coming at you and all in the first 6 minutes. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Let's start that clock. We begin tonight in Detroit, where an oil recycling facility caught fire early this morning and was still burning as of this afternoon. Employees reported the fire around 2:30 this morning. Unable to get it under control, they called the fire department. Officials say the fire is now under control and firefighters are still keeping an eye out for hot spots. One firefighter was hurt and has non-life-threatening injuries. The cause of this fire is still under investigation. In Kent County, the body of a missing 62-year-old man from Greenville was found in a lake today. The sheriff's office there says the man jumped off a pontoon boat to go swimming Sunday night and never came back up. Officials say they used sonar to find the man, who was in about 22 feet of water. His name has not been released. In Pontiac, police arrested a 12-year-old boy on Saturday who is accused of stealing at least 3 vehicles from a business and then selling them. The Oakland County Sheriff's Department says the boy was seen getting into vehicles and was carrying a license plate when he was arrested. They say he sold one of the cars for $30. He's now being held at the Oakland County Children's Village. For Siena Heights University in Adrian, the 2025-26 school year will be the last. That's according to a news release today from the private Catholic university. The release says the Board of Trustees and the General Council of Adrian Dominican Sisters agreed that staying open is not financially feasible. It did open its doors in 1919 and has satellite campuses and partnerships across the state of Michigan. Those include Lansing Community College and Jackson College. In Idaho today, the investigation continued into the killing of 2 firefighters. Authorities have now identified the suspect as 20-year-old Wes Rowley. They say he intentionally set a brush fire to ambush the crew on Sunday. He was reportedly perched in a sniper position firing at the firefighters. They took cover behind fire trucks, but 2 died and a 3rd was injured over several hours. Police found the suspect dead in a mountain area, but have not said how he died. The sex trafficking and racketeering case against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is now in the hands of the jury. Deliberations began today in a New York courtroom. Over the last 7 weeks, jurors heard from 34 witnesses called to the stand by prosecutors. Each was questioned by defense lawyers as they tried to challenge the portrayal of Combs as an out-of-control violent boss. Prosecutors say Combs drove his employees and associates to fear him as he demanded their help in carrying out vendettas, getting drugs, and fulfilling his sexual fantasies. The 55-year-old Combs pleaded not guilty. If convicted, he could go to prison for the rest of his life. A dad turned into a superhero after his child fell overboard on a Disney cruise over the weekend. Video from passengers shows a small rescue boat pulling the man and his young daughter out of the water. The incident happened Sunday as the Disney Dream was returning from a 4-night voyage between the Bahamas and Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The two had to tread water for about 10 minutes, little more. Passengers cheered as the rescue boat returned to the cruise ship.
What a dad.
Oh my God, that's a dad that needs to have a hero. He's a hero.
The ship was moving quickly, so quickly, it's crazy how quickly the people became little tiny dots in the sea and then you lost sight of them.
In a statement, Disney said, "We commend our crew members for their exceptional skills and prompt actions, which ensured the safe return of both guests to the ship within minutes." Well, looking overseas now, 39 people were killed in Gaza City when the Israeli military struck a beachside cafe. Dozens of others were hurt. A separate strike in the city killed at least 5 people, according to Palestinian officials. Meanwhile, 22 people were shot to death by Israeli forces near a food distribution point run by Israel and the United States.
So we don't care if it's legal or not. We have to be here.
In Hungary on Saturday, about 100,000 people defied a government ban to march in the largest LGBTQ Pride event in the country's history. It was the 30th annual Budapest Pride event and the first since the government of right-wing nationalist Viktor Orban outlawed the event. Police diverted the crowd from its planned route to keep it separated from a small group of far-right counter-protesters. Back here in the United States, the skyline of New York City lit up with rainbow colors Sunday night to celebrate the city's annual Pride March. This year's theme was Rise Up, Pride in Protest. On June 28, 1969, people rioted against a police raid at the Stonewall Inn in New York. And while it was not the first such demonstration, historians say it sparked the larger LGBTQ rights movement. And we're going to wrap up our first 6 minutes of news with the latest sports stories, starting in China, where they held what's billed as the first 3-on-3 soccer game between humanoid robots on Saturday. 4 teams faced off, each powered entirely by artificial intelligence. It was a preview for the upcoming World Humanoid Robot Games set to take place in Beijing this August.
Looking skyward, Danny, we've got some T-Rexes on their way down. There's the view.
Yes, and T-Rex is falling from the sky, just part of an annual sporting event in Washington State, the T-Rex World Championship races. More than 300 people dressed in dinosaur costumes competed in 3 categories, men, women, and children. The women's winner was able to sprint ahead of the other T-Rexes on the track at Emerald Downs. The men's race was closer, with the winner beating the competition by a snout. And then skydiving dinos, why not? They arrived, landing on the track in a race of their own. The full event, Kendall, if you want to check it out, because I know you like it, scheduled to be shown on ESPN2 later this summer.
I will be checking that out.
It never gets old. I don't know why. We've seen this over and over. We see it every year, but it's so amusing.
But I mean, to skydive and then race,
right,
as soon as you touch the ground, that is something entirely of its own.
A whole new level of dino.
We had our own rain falling from the sky today. The good news is, going forward, instead, we have a lot of dry weather and sunshine, Siobhan.
I like that. Your